Hey everyone, it's Dan Charles with LiteForex. It is Friday after market close, June 26th. Let's take a look at the Forex pairs, starting with Australian USD. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you like my videos, please. And go to the link in the description below this video. Alright, let's get into it. Australian USD. Okay, so Australian USD. Well, we're just in this range here. So we're in this range between 69.50 basically, and the bottom end here 68. So 68. We're very choppy. You can see how choppy we are in between this range. We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. So right now, the weekly is definitely looking more bearish without question. You can see the resistance hit on the weekly, 69.77. This week it was 69.75. So put in a lower high, and then we got this long upper wick coming down. So it does lean to me more to the downside. But if we get simply a breakout through 69.50, and if that breakout happens, and then obviously if it takes out 70, then this will switch back to bullish. But as of right now, it is choppy, but I am leaning more to the downside. Australian futures, yeah, same type of thing. There's not much different. Sometimes there's a little bit of a difference when looking at the futures. Right now, not so much. We're below 69, 68. So there's that channel. It's actually higher than that, but I'm just pointing out the resistance the last couple days. Busting through on Wednesday, 69, and then just staying below 69. It really looks to me like there's more downside, but until it busts through this support at 68, we're just going to call this choppy, going sideways, waiting for it to break to the upside or the downside. Let's wait that out. Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD. So when I made a video on the 23rd, things weren't looking too bad for a lot of these pairs because they were bearish before. They had good rebounds on Monday, Tuesday. Now I did talk about this resistance hitting 1350 and pulling back. And then the next day, the Wednesday, we came crushing down. So I was bearish after Wednesday. So Thursday I was bearish. And right now we're holding 1.12, and that is critical for the Euro USD. But just like the Australian USD, you can see we're putting in resistance. The high last week was 1353. The high this week 1349. So it's putting in a lower high, and we got this long upper wick, just showing that we're selling off, we're dropping, but we got this strong support as well down here at these lows, 1.1168. 2 days in a row that price was hit. And we're holding support at a higher level at 1.12. So I think what needs to happen is I'm leaning more to the downside from here. But we'll see if 1.112 can hold. This could easily turn around and break to the upside, but it does look more bearish than anything, especially the high time frames. Okay, Euro futures, same type of thing. Long upper wick, but we're still holding that support. You can see it just pulling up on this 1.12 support price. But we are below 1.12 and a half. Yeah, so it definitely looks more bearish, but you got to point out the fact that it's holding this 1.12 price, and this could easily break out. So things can change really quick. The high time frames are telling me we're going lower next week. The daily chart is telling me maybe we would break from here. So let's wait and see. 1.112 is the critical support level. Pound USD, full on bearish. So same thing. After Wednesday, I was going to be full on bearish. on the pound USD, and I'm still going into next week. I'm going to be bearish. Look at the weekly. We're ending the monthly. Look at this long upper wick. We were up, and now we're coming all the way back down to getting close to ending the month here. Same with the weekly. We were up, and now we're coming down. Support is at 1.23. So this to me looks like it's just going lower. But let's see if it can hold this support. Maybe it bounces off that support, 1.23. But I just see more downside on the pound USD. Let's see how the futures are looking. Futures are really looking not much different, but you can see that support on the futures at 1.23 as well. Look for that to be taken out on Monday, or let's see if it holds that support and then has a bounce and bounces back upwards through resistance, which is going to be 1.24. Okay, New Zealand USD is really holding on to this support here at 6,400. The weekly is telling me we have more downside. The daily is just in this range. We're in the 64 to 6,500 range. And it does look to me like we're going to go through the downside of that range. But as long as 64 is holding, there's always a shot for it to break back up to the upside. But this really looks like this could bust through and we could start going lower on the New Zealand USD. It's really the weekly that really looks bearish. You can just see that resistance off of 65. And then coming back down. So let's see if 64 can hold on the New Zealand USD. Futures contract, same type of thing. 6,400 needs to hold. Let's see if it can hold and break out, but I see more downside on the New Zealand US dollar. Okay, USD CAD. Now USD CAD, when I looked at this on the Tuesday, it really looked like it was holding 1.35, and I thought we could break out. Did break out, and now we're getting a little bit of a resistance off of 1.37. So that needs to hold, that needs to break to continue this this bullish move we're on here. Let's see if that can be taken out next day. Yeah, it looks like there's more upside. The weekly's showing that support at 35, and it really looks like there's more upside. The monthly really looks like there's more up. We could get that bounce, maybe a big turnaround next week. But let's take a look at the Canadian dollar, because of course it's going to be doing the opposite. We'll see if there's any support being hit. All right, well, that is interesting. The Canadian dollar, I drew in this level last time saying 73 is going to be important support. You can see it came down, crossed through 73, and then pulled up. So that is telling me that we could get a bounce on the Canadian dollar, which would send the USD CAD going the other way. Of course, the monthly chart on the Canadian dollar is not looking great. We had big months of April and May. June was up nicely, but then you can see it's long upper wick coming back down. But you got to notice that bounce off of 73, this lower wick here. We are a bit overextended from the moving average. Price is always going to want to come back up to the moving average. So, yeah, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, let's see. Let me just see here. So this is showing the close was 73.060. 73.060. Okay, so that's a little bit different. So on the daily chart, it's showing a little bit different from where things are closing here. All right, so that is interesting because the close is looking like 73.065, which is 73.065. right there. So that's the close. So that's a little bit of a different story than the way it's looking on my charts. So that is important to note that, okay, but yeah, let's see if it can continue to hold 73 and it has a bounce next day. Okay, lastly, USD Yen. Now USD Yen, last time it looked like we could have a rebound because we came down and we held this 106 support. This is where we looked at this on the Tuesday, and we also held this support here at 106.55 because that was these lows around here, 106.57, 58. So the fact that it held 106 and pulled up and held that support, it really to me looked like this could have a break, but I stayed neutral on this one because it was still bearish and it could have went either way, but I was definitely leaning more towards a rebound. So it did break out and it hit resistance at 107.50, pulled back, and then today pulling back up above that 107 price. You know, this to me looks like there could be more upside next week on the USD Yen, but let's see what the futures are looking like here. Futures, all right, the Yen futures, yeah, this is looking like this could be coming down next day. Yeah, this is looking more bearish. It is putting in a higher low, though. Got to note that. Higher low, it has to be noted, but this is a very bearish candle. It looks like this could come down. You can see that resistance off of 0.94000. So yeah, this looks more bearish. I think there's more upside on the USD Yen. Okay, that is the breakdown for June 26th, Friday, after market close for these Forex pairs. Please subscribe to the channel and go to the link in the description below this video. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.